Hey there, welcome to edtech. I'm Meera, your instructor for today's class. Today we'll be discussing about CSS relative position. Today we'll be discussing about CSS relative position. Let's see how do we do the relative position in CSS. Let's start with the HTML code. You need to make a div ID for this first. Let's make two boxes. One, call it box 1. Box 1, close the div. Box 2, box 2, call the second box, box 2, close the div. Okay, let's get started. Right, box 1, box 2. Now we need to give it shape. Let's go to our CSS. Since it's an ID, so we need to put a hash before the ID in order to do the CSS. So the selector would be, the selector is an ID, right? So for ID selector, we need to put a hash, if you remember how we had done it earlier. Since this is all about relative position, call it relative. Let's give it a width so that the box would show up. Let's give it a width so that the box would show up. Sorry. Let's say 300 px. Left 90 px. So the left on the top is given the property. I'll be doing a separate lesson on left property, but in this particular code we will see how it is affected when I write left. I'll explain once the shape is out. Let's give a background color. Let's say red. Let's give a border, thick border 5px solid, black. Let's say the font size, make it big and nice so that it stands out. Okay, now we want to make it in the center. This doesn't look nice, so text align center. Okay, so now this looks neat. Let's go for box 2. The box 2 position relative again, width same as above. The color could be different to make it a bit more exciting. Let's say sky blue. Border 5px, solid black again. Font size 50px again. Text align center as usual. Right? Okay. Now we just adjust the top and the left here. the top, make it okay, looks decent. Save. Okay, now what's happening? You look at the left value 99px. This is this is 99px. This we are talking of box 1, right? Okay, so top. So from the top it is 200px. So when we are talking of box 1, right from the top, because the box 1 comes before, is 200px, and the left relative to box 2 is 99. So let's see how the position keeps changing. So now it is only 9px. Let's say look at the top value. Goes all the way here. Make it like 4px. So now it's like 4px. It goes behind. Now from here the top value is 200. So this is 200 and this is 90, and it keeps if the value decreases, it moves to the left. If the value increases beyond 90, it moves here, like you can see here. So it keeps migrating this way to the right, shifting from the left. So this is how we use the left property while in relative position. Okay, so when you talk of relative position, this is what's happening. There are two boxes, and box 1, the left position keeps changing relative to box 2. Let's say we make this 21st, and then I make it minus sign. So when you are putting a minus sign, it goes in the reverse direction towards the left. All this while it was going from left to right, but when you put a minus sign, it will be going towards the left. So just keep that in mind. Okay, this is how we use the left property in relative position, relative position, I mean. So this is all for the relative position. If there's anything more that you would like to know, please mention in the comment section. This positioning is very important when you build your website. You know, like you have 2-3 elements and you want to make one element to the left, another one to the right, you want to increase or decrease the distance between the elements, etc. Then the relative positioning and the left property is very important when you do such design elements. So this is very useful for web designing, especially for beginners, you know, when when you're into building maybe your landing pages or your website, so many things, your logo, your apps, all these things are very important, especially when you're designing, in your designing stage. Okay, that's all for now.